I'm Rob Licuria, Senior Editor at Gold Derby, and I'm here with just, an A team of songwriting talent, some heavy hitters. They've all been shortlisted for Best Original Song at this year's Oscars. Just to introduce you all, I've got Ron and Russell Mael, who wrote So May We Start from Annette. I've got Idina Menzel and Laura Veltz, who wrote Dream Girl from Cinderella. I've got Nicholai Baxter, who co-wrote Beyond the Shore from CODA. I've got Diane Warren, who wrote Somehow You Do from Four Good Days. And finally, I have Jamie Hartman, who co-wrote Here I Am, Singing My Way Home from Respect. Everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. It's a really exciting time. We get to talk about one of my favorite things, and that's movie songs. And I'd like to know from all of you who've experienced this firsthand, why do you think songs still play such a vital role in cinema storytelling? I'll go to you first, Diane, because let's be honest, you are the queen of movie songs. We've been listening to them for decades. Why do you think they still play such a vital role?
They always will play a part in movies. I mean, a song can, a song, you hear that song after when a song is used right, you hear that song no matter what year, 20 years later. I mean, Sidney Poitier, sadly passed away last week, and my favorite movie song of all time is To Sir With Love, and you hear To Sir With Love in it, and you'll be back in that movie. But a song in a movie will just take it to another level as well. Emotionally, it'll either tie it up emotionally or within the movie take you somewhere else that nothing can take, because nothing can take you there like music. And when you have that combination of song and visual, and it's used perfectly, it's like nothing else.
And like you mentioned, Sidney Poitier, how about Blackboard Jungle and Sidney Poitier with Rock Around the Clock? Pretty astounding use of a rock song for maybe the first time in a
rock and roll song was Rock Around the Clock, and that wasn't it.
Yeah. So it's a pretty amazing thing, and also another film that Sidney Poitier was in. So yeah, it's amazing.
But Russell, why do you think songs still play such a vital role? I mean, they're super important.
Well, I mean, they really can, just set a tone for what the film is about, the sensibility of the tone, the sensibility of the story, and so it's always been throughout, cinema history. Music has played a part, and it conveys sometimes emotions that maybe, obviously, actors can convey emotions. That's what they do. But then the song can enhance those emotions too in the films, and they serve as a kind of an addition to help out the the emotional quality of what's going on in the story and the tone of the film. And so I think there'll always be something really important in films.
I would echo what Russell said. I mean, it's when the dialogue can't fully express an emotional tone, music can sometimes do that in ways that even the most incredible dialogue and most incredible acting can't do. And that's why, I'm a fan of the right kind of musicals. I mean, we're big fans of Umbrellas of Cherbourg, that sort of musical where it's kind of wall to wall. And also I think, there are films that aren't musicals where the music has a real power to it. Like my favorite use of a song in a movie is Fight the Power of Public Enemy, from Do the Right Thing, because I just think that it sets the most incredible tone for that film, and even went beyond what most musicals can do as far as just the power of an opening statement.
I was going to say that just the timelessness of what a song is. I mean, all of us understand that just from writing songs, there's a timelessness to them, even if they're time-stamped from a musical standpoint. The lyrics maintain a sense of timelessness. The song that came to mind was America from West Side Story. Obviously, sometimes top of mind, but America, I mean, it in a funny, amusing way describes a problem And it is incredible to me that it was written so long ago. And then we hear the modern version, and it not only sadly hasn't changed, but like it's still amusing, it's still funny, and it's still true. And I don't know, that kind of stuff really stays with me. The stuff that addresses a problem, and that's how we fix things, is when we can acknowledge a problem. And I don't know, even if they haven't changed much over decades, it's still beautiful that songs can bring you right back to this feeling and just maintain a sense of timelessness.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something, if you don't mind me jumping in, just what I was going to say is songs fulfill very basic emotional functions if they're great. You know, they make you want to cry, they make you want to dance, they make you want to fuck, they make you want to rage, or they make you smile when you need to smile the most, you know, and emote. So those emotions being put together in such a blunt and brilliant way, if you do really couple that with the right dialogue and the right scene, you get movie history. You know, what would Jaws be without the music? I mean, honestly, you know, that's not even a song. That's just the music, let alone lyric.
It's two notes.
Right? And in Phineas's absence, what would Bond be without you know, Diamonds Are Forever or Goldfinger? I mean, these classics. It's just that really does give the extra dimension. There is watch a movie without the music. It's a very different experience. Imagine if Idina hadn't sung Frozen. I mean, you know, listen, just all these moments are just such key. They stay with from the moment you first start watching movies, all the way through your life, and they punctuate specific moments in time.
I was going to say The Way We Were for me, and that's poignant as well. Weekend, you know, I mean, that's just one of those songs. It's just so iconic, and I just wanted to sort of repeat what I forget who said it in the beginning, but it's just there's something intangible about the way music kind of seeps into us and our souls and connects with an audience, and you don't need words. And I also love the dance and the collaboration in film, or like in musicals as well, but in this case in film, that a bunch of people come together. Sometimes they're even working in silos, you know, it depends. But this idea that we're all inspired by each other's artistry, and they come together to find this unique moment that feels right. It has to feel right to everyone, you know. It can't just be right to me. It has to impact everyone before they even release it into the world, you know. So it's this beautiful dance that I love working with everybody in this capacity. And anyway, that's my take.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? The Way We Were, we just lost Marilyn Bergman
Yeah,
a couple of days ago. Speaking
I said it.
What is happening? It's just too many legends.
2022 wants to kill us all.
Yeah, and just to echo what everyone else has been saying, also just from my perspective working on this film, you know, where you have two deaf parents trying to understand their daughter's passion for singing, it gives you a completely different perspective on music and its power, and it gave me a different perspective on music and film in that context. And, you know, it's almost more powerful through the contrast of music and silence, and it's, you know, the song is powerful, but what surrounds the song and its placement in the film can also add to it, because sometimes song isn't the right thing, and it can be incredibly powerful if put in the right place in the right context.
Legend.
Absolutely.
Think of the guitar chord starting Hard Day's Night.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Like that just set that whole thing up. That just one chord.
Set the hook.
Just brilliant. Some of you have already mentioned your favorite film songs of all time, but I'd love to talk about a few more. Like there was mention, obviously we have Idina on the chat. Frozen for me, because when that came out, my kids were very little, and I think we probably sang that together for 6 months, maybe. And I remember watching Idina singing it at the Oscars, and you know,
Nadim, what was your name then? You had a different name. Nadim.
Yeah, I think that was when you were Adele Nadim, but yeah, that's a whole other story.
I had 8 bars to get my shit together and say, like, it's okay that he now fucking remember the lyrics and sing, Meryl.
It was a great moment. We'll never forget it. But that song to me has a lot of meaning personally. It actually sound like a bit crazy, but it sometimes brings a tear to my eye because I think about my daughter singing it in her Elsa dress. That's me. But I'm curious if anyone else has any other songs from the last 90 years of the Oscars when we've seen just some people are so cynical about movie songs. They think, oh, it was just written because the studio wanted it, but that's bullshit. It actually brings so much to a film, as I think one of you said, it might have been Diane, the timelessness of it, or maybe it was Laura, I can't remember now. So talk me through other songs that we've got like 2 minutes to go until the end of this chat.
I say really fast. Born Free.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm an animal advocate lover. That like that when Elsa brings her baby cubs back and Born Free starts. That's a
That's a great
That's it.
one.
It's a great one.
I
I gotta
see
throw in. I'm throwing in "Colors of the Wind" from Pocahontas.
oh yeah.
Whoa.
Came up on a
Beautiful.
call earlier. Just an amazing arrangement, amazing lyric. Probably even more relevant
Even
today than
more.
it was when it was written.
Yeah. Hey,
The
falling,
entire. Wait, what did you say, Idina?
falling from once.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
Oh, I was gonna just say the entire Robin Hood, original Robin Hood, the animated film, top to bottom.
Yes, that is so underrated.
Totally.
Thanks for reminding me about that one.
Falling. or fall-
oh man, I was going to go with Moon River, but then you said that, and I'm like, because we were talking about yesterday, Diane, weren't we? I had to give props to a conversation we had yesterday. But Moon River is wonderful. But then you just took me to Bare Necessities from Jungle Book. Come on, I mean, pretty
Hello.
from one extreme to the other.
What about the Mael brothers? What comes to mind when you think about the best movie song? It's
Well, I mean,
hard.
Ron had mentioned already "Umbrellas of Cherbourg," and it's like
True.
that music. If you the final scene of that film at the gas station in winter, when they kind of pound that theme about 100 times throughout the movie, but it's like, if you're not crying at that point when you hear that theme song yet another time at the saddest ending of any movie, and it's like without that music, it's like you can't divorce the film from the music. It's like one and the same, and it's just so powerful.
Music
Usually
never
I
gets
don't
fatiguing
want
in
to
that
be
film either.
manipulated by music in that way, but you're powerless.
So true. It is so true. You know what, everybody? This is an extremely strong year for songs in films. Your shortlist includes people like Billie Eilish and Lin-Manuel Miranda, James Samuel, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Van Morrison, Her, U2, Brian Wilson, Jim James, Pasek and Paul, and of course all of you. That's incredible. The fact that you've made it this far is so wonderful. I hope you recognize that. And on that note, I want to thank you for your time. What an incredible chat. I really appreciate it. And good luck at the Oscars, whether you're nominated or not. We really appreciate your songs, and I'll be listening to them for the rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
See all of you.
Everybody,
Love it to meet
stay safe.
Thank you.